TC, Spiritual Shepherd. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're getting into it is your fault. It is nobody else's fault. It is nobody else's fault but yourself. It's nobody else's fault but yourself. It's nobody else's fault but yourself. Okay? And the thing is that we generally always pass blame. We always pass blame onto somebody else. Somebody else can take accountability. Somebody else can do it for us. Somebody else can make money for us. Somebody else can give me a job. Somebody else I can look towards for value, for validation, for attention. I can do that. So let's talk about it. It's not anybody else's fault. It's not anybody else's fault but you. It's not your parents' fault. It's not the government's fault. It's no fucking politician's fault. It's no other fucking person's fault. No other person's fault but your own. And that is the lesson. That is the first lesson. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's not up to anybody else as well. It's only up to you. I'm going to give you guys a few different perspectives. But it is up to you. How long are you going to wait? Are you going to wait for somebody else to tell you that you're good enough and then you believe them? Then that's when you're going to take action. Or are you just going to inherently take action? That's the question. Are you going to wait for the fucking degree to feel like you're good enough? Are you going to wait for this specific job or career? Are you going to wait until you put the booze down, until you put the ganja down, until you put the vape down? Are you going to wait? Are you just going to wait patiently? That's the thing you're going to wait patiently for? And then you're going to want to hurry up your fucking... The crazy part is you'll wait patiently. You'll wait patiently when vices are involved, but you won't wait patiently when you're trying to make a fucking bag. But it's significantly more rare to have a bag, to have 10 bags, to have $10 million a year. It's significantly more rare to do that, but you are not going to wait patiently for that. You're not going to patiently put in the work for that, but you are going to wait patiently to put the fucking vice down. That blows my mind. It's nobody's fault but fucking yours. It's no one's fault but yours. And you know, everybody has different vices, but everybody has vices. And the thing is you need to put your vices in check. You need to put your vices in check. Okay? You take the negativity, you use it as fuel, turn it into positivity. It's nobody's fault but your own. It's not everyone else. It's not about everyone else. It's about you and how you perceive everyone else. So I recently did a video. I said it's not about you. It's about everybody else. We're going to get into that point at the very end of this. But it's not about everyone. It's about you. It's about how you perceive everybody else. You are important. Okay? Before you can get to the level that it's not about you, it's about everybody else, you have to be about you. You have to care about you. You have to be self-reliant. You have to be self-independent. You have to be self-accepting. You cannot be a liability to everybody else, or then it's still going to be about you in the negative manner. It needs to be about you in the positive manner, so then eventually you can check your own fucking ego because it's about you, and you need to check yourself. Okay, then it's getting to the point where that's how you help people. That's how you evolve people. Fuck you. Like fuck who you think you are. What you think you deserve. The world doesn't care what you think you deserve. The world cares about action. It cares about you creating discipline, doing the shit that you know you're supposed to do, regardless of if you want to do it or not. Now, once you realize it's about you, you realize that it's also not about you at all. Okay? It is about helping the broken versions of you that you have or that you used to have that are still present in other people who are still having those problems. And then you help those people. You help your old fucking self. You help the drug addicts. You help the drunkards. You help the people who are like that. And sometimes it's just cutting them off. Sometimes that is helping them. sometimes completely ignoring them, never going around those friend groups again, is the answer. That is 100% the answer. Okay? The reason that I've benefited, and this sounds crazy to a lot of people, to some people, it's because I've eradicated my ego. I've gotten rid of my ego. There's less of me here. There's more of my spirit here. Okay? I don't care what I want. And the thing is then I also don't have wants. I don't really want things. I don't really need things. I don't I don't need. You see what I'm saying? It's energy. It's a spirit. It's because of action and perception and self-conception of self. Okay, so self-concept, self-perception. How do I perceive myself? Well, I truly believe that it's not what I think that I deserve. It's what I do. It's through the fruits of my spirit, the action that I cultivate. I choose what I accept to be. And the thing is that you might choose to accept far less than you fucking deserve, that you really deserve. And not that you think you deserve, but that you actually deserve. And you might accept far less than that. Okay? Now, the thing about it's not about everybody else. It's not. The thing is that they are mirrored images of us. They are fractalized versions of us. Okay? So what does that mean? That means that if you love yourself 50%, they will love you 30%, 40%. They can love you up to the 50% that you love yourself. So it's imperative that you forgive who you are, that you love who you are, that you love who you are, not who you want to be, which you can love that too. Okay, but love who you are in your isness, in your beingness right now, regardless of the desires that you still continuously want. Love yourself and accept yourself. The thing is that we do not do enough work on ourselves. We go against ourselves and then we project that person is not good enough. But that's the problem, inherently the problem, that we don't go inside and say, what the fuck is wrong with me? How can I fix this? What can I do so that I feel better about my life? Because it is about your feelings. It is about your thoughts. It is about your emotions. It is about your spirit. It is about your actions. It's about your daily habitual construction. You are so disciplined, you sleep in for 45 days straight. You are so disciplined, you've eaten like shit for 40 days straight, knowing that you're supposed to eat healthy. You are disciplined. You are disciplined. You just need the right habits, the right habitual construction. You need to be disciplined with the right habits. You need the proper construction of your habits. That is the cultivation of it. The thing is, to conclude, guys, is that if you are so focused, if you are so others focused in the negative manner, rather than how can I help people? Okay, you first inherently make your being value. Okay, I've talked about this. Value. Bring value first. Approach with value. You are inherently valuable. Inherently. Inherently means inheritance. You are inherently valuable. You are already given value because you exist. You're 1 in 400 trillion to exist. Okay? And if you're rare to most people, you're probably an anomaly. You're probably an anomaly, to be honest. Now, you are rare. You are inherently valuable. So when you approach from a place of value to give value to people, people will offer stuff up for that value because it's valuable. See, the thing is that we generally have valueless relationships. We have completely zeroed out or even negative indebted relationships where you're like, oh, I'm indebted to you. What the fuck? No, The thing is you have to be so high value. You have to be so high value when you approach and when you love people and when you care for people in business and fitness and mentality and emotionality and spirituality and physicality. If you want to really genuinely help people, it's not about what you can get in return, because people cannot give you shit in return for the most part, okay? The thing is you are just inherently valuable to be inherently valuable because you're inherently valuable, and that's it. It's not about a return of investment. It's about investment. It's about being who you say you're being. It's about genuinely being that person. Okay? And so from this, you are inherently rewarded in the levels that you are able to receive in. And this is why it's about everybody else and not you eventually. Not you eventually. Has to be about you. You have to get your vices in order. You have to go to the gym. You have to get fit. You have to get yourself in order. But is it going to still be about you when you're 40 years old, when you're 50 years old, 11, when you're 60 years old? Is it still going to be about you, or is it going to be about everybody else at that time? I've already put the work in when I was 20, when I was 30. I already put the work in. So now when I'm 40, now when I'm 35, now when I'm 30, Now that I've done 10 years of work, or I've done it since I was 15, now I can genuinely cultivate people and teach people what are macros. Get your fucking macros in order. You need to cultivate yourself. You need to build yourself. Build your mentality. Build your knowledge. Who cares about your degree? Who cares about if somebody else has to validate it for you? If you need validation outside of yourself, that means you always have to go outside of yourself to be validated. If you are seeking validation outside of yourself, and that is the way that you need to receive it, then you will always have to do it that way. You will never inner validate yourself. Okay? You need to inherently validate yourself within. I am good enough. I'm good enough because I exist. I've told myself for how many years that I'm not good enough, that I'm not great, that I'm not divine. We are divine beings. This is wild to create. You don't even know where you came from. You don't even know how you exist. You just do because your parents made you. Where did the parents come from? Where did their parents come from? Where did it come from? How did it happen? It's a miracle. It's magical. It is literally so valuable. It's inherently priceless. To exist is 1 in 400 trillion. I'm a 400 trillionaire. Who cares about $1 million? That's the vibration. That's the value. That's the high vibe. It's about inherently being value now. Okay? It's about caring for yourself now, and then give other people that offering to the world. You are an offering to the world. You are inherently meant to give yourself to the world. You're not just what does the world owe me? What does the world have to give me? What do I deserve? What is it because it's mine? It's like this big entitlement and pride, where it's just like, or not only that, but everybody loves that vibration. A lot of people like that. I don't like to say everybody, but a lot of people like that vibration. And they will not be on that vibration. But then as soon as they make $100,000, or they make $200,000, they make $500,000, they make $1 million, now they do feel like the world owes them something. The world still doesn't owe you shit. You still owe the world shit. You owe the world shit. What you think that you deserve, you owe the world. What you think that you deserve, you truly owe the world. Okay? It's a you owe you. I owe I. Okay? It's not an I owe you or the you owe I. It's not about that. It's about I owe I. You are in competition with yourself. You have been alone in your brain and your mind, and nobody's been able to ever know truly what you're thinking this entire life. You are going to die alone. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be surrounded with people, but you will inherently, you have an interpersonal relationship with Christ. You have all these things. This is not to be depressing. This is to empower you. because you have consistently, constantly gone outside of yourself. What do my parents think? What do my family think? What does this boss think? And what does this person think? And it's like, dude, what if you are so high vibrational, you're so high value, and you keep going to, I'm not saying they're not high value, but what if they are not going to be the value that you're going to be? What if you keep listening to people who might be bringing you down? I'm not saying everybody, and I'm not even saying about my family. I'm just saying in general, this is for some people. Because you have to really think about it from this perspective. You really do have to see, like, well, if I see myself as a multi-millionaire, like $100 million, $200 million, okay, but everybody else has the projection and maybe a misperception of me just being a millionaire, just 1 million or 2 million. Okay, or an earned millionaire versus a millionaire per year. There's levels to that too. I also think that you should not seek your validation or your value outside of you, because that's inherently where you go wrong. If everybody's empowered, everybody's empowered. Okay, but when you go outside of yourself, you can manipulate people. The outside is the devil. Okay. 100%. That is Satan. 100%. The inside is where Christ resides. Okay? I know that for a fact. I don't need your stupid ass 2 cents. I don't need your book. I don't need anything like this to tell me that. Even though it does, and you might be misperceiving it. You might be misreading it. Okay? Now, the one thing that you are writing the legend of your name. I'm writing the legend of TC right now. The legend of TC. And it is going to be a book that is going to be written forever in the Akashic records, in the astral realms, in the high divine emotional and spiritual realms, and the mental realms, and the mental things. You guys get the point. Now, are you writing the proper book? Are you writing the right book? Or do you still care about what other people think about you? Who cares what people think about you? Who cares? Who cares what people think about you? How you're perceived by other people? It really doesn't matter. That's like, it's an easy way to hold you back. And once you get it, it's an easy way to throttle you forward. That it really doesn't matter about everybody else. Now, the thing is now when there are people who are on your level, and there are people who are really growing, really building, then that's when you might go outside of yourself to talk to them. But inherently, you are the valuable one. You are inherently the valuable one. Inside, you are the valuable one. You are the valuable one. And that is where we change. We change, and then we show our change to others as a billboard, as an offering to the world. And then these people change. Okay? Now, why would you want to take the plank out of somebody else's eye? I'm sorry, why would you want to take the speck out of somebody else's eye when you didn't take the plank out of your own eye? You would go inside, you would take the plank out of your own eye. You'd rid yourself of your vices, of your drug habits, of your drinking habits, of your smoking habits. You'd start eating cleaner. You'd start going to the gym. You'd actually start disciplining yourself. And you wouldn't be so complacent. You wouldn't be so lazy and placate yourself like, well, we only live one life, so I'm going to eat brownies and I'm going to eat cupcakes all day. It's like, no, what the fuck? Like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, there's a reason why it's so prevalent in society. You have to look at the grand scheme of things. It's not about you. It's about the world. It's about other people. It's about other nations. It's not about how they perceive you. It's not about any of that. It's about how we help them and how we help them grow. Peace, much love, namaste. Talk to you guys soon. If you guys have any questions, please leave those comments in the description. Check out any of my links in the description. I am starting to get very, very busy. I'm getting on multiple calls per day now. So I want you guys to, if you guys have any questions or anything, please feel free to reach out. I'll get back to you when I can. Peace, much love.